Times NBA players humiliated reporters. NBA players have to face a lot of pressure, either from the fans or the reporters, and there are many incidents where some reporters are humiliated by NBA players. One of the reasons NBA players hate the media is that reporters occasionally ask stupid questions. When an NBA player is asked a dumb question, his or her response is usually priceless. Today, we will tell you about the times NBA players humiliated reporters. Before we start, go ahead and subscribe. Also, press the bell button to get the latest updates. Without any further delay, let us start. In the list of times NBA players humiliated reporters, we have LeBron James. LeBron Raymond James Sr. is a professional basketball player in the United States who currently plays for the Los Angeles Lakers of the National Basketball Association. James, generally regarded as one of the best NBA players of all time, is often compared to Michael Jordan in debates about who is the best basketball player of all time. A reporter kept asking about Smith's error in a match, so James cut his press conference short as well. In Game 1 at Oracle Arena, the Cavaliers had a chance to overcome the odds and defeat the Warriors. The fourth came to a close in the final seconds. With only 5 seconds remaining and the Cavs trailing by 1, George Hill had 2 free throws. Cleveland had a chance for a buzzer beater after he made the first, but missed the second. Smith, on the other hand, was the one who got the rebound, and instead of passing the ball to an open James or shooting, he dribbled the ball out as the clock ran out. As Smith appeared to claim that the Cavs were leading, the broadcast captured James' enraged and irritated reaction. The game was settled in overtime, with the Warriors winning 124-114. For nothing, James finished with 51 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. The reporter was later disliked by every fan and trolled for his stupid questions. This is not the first time this happened. LeBron James of the Miami Heat had a tough week after being picked up by media outlets around the country for responding to a journalist's question as retarded at a press conference. When asked about Miami's supposed dirty play, he was heard mumbling the word behind his hand as he faced reporters with teammate Dwayne Wade after a Game 3 loss to the Boston Celtics in the NBA's Eastern Conference semifinals. As news of the affair spread, the player first said he had no idea what people were talking about, then admitted he had used the phrase and eventually apologized. After the Heat's Game 4 overtime win, he said, "I want to apologize for using the R word after Game 3. I sincerely apologize if I offended anyone." Advocacy groups have requested the apology, but since then, much has been made of Kobe Bryant's $100,000 fine for using a homophobic slur against a referee during a game last month. The NBA did not announce any fines against James. Next on the list, we have Chris Paul. Chris Paul is one of the nicest players in the NBA, and yet a reporter was embarrassed on asking stupid questions. The Los Angeles Clippers lost 96-92 to the Utah Jazz in Game 5 of their first-round playoff series at home, slipping to a 3-2 deficit with a must-win Game 6 on the road in Utah. Chris Paul, more than anyone else, acknowledged this and had already hinted that his team's back was against the wall. When a reporter asked if the Clippers would force a Game 7 and return to the Staples Center to play for a second-round berth, Paul nearly humiliated himself by answering the only way he knew how. "What? How do you feel?" When asked if he was confident in forcing a Game 7, Paul became irritated. "I'm a part of the party. What do you want me to say? No, it is over? Is that what you are looking for? Yes, indeed. Let us face it, man. You have been doing this for a long time. Are you serious?" When asked to elaborate on his answer, Paul said, "No, I don't know. There's an explanation why everybody in here is laughing. Man, come on." Next on the list, we have Draymond Green. Draymond Jamal Green Sr. is a professional basketball player in the National Basketball Association with the Golden State Warriors. Green is a 3-time NBA champion and 3-time NBA All-Star who mainly plays at power forward. He was named NBA Defensive Player of the Year in 2017. In his post-game press conferences, Golden State Warriors power forward Draymond Green has zero tolerance for certain forms of questions. Following the Warriors' 121-94 Game 4 victory over the Houston Rockets, a reporter began questioning Green about a possible connection between Golden State's success and the Houston Floods. Green, a 2016 All-Star, did not hold back in blasting the reporter's supposed motives. According to Henry Wofford of CSN Bay Area, the reporter was shot about an hour after Green's press conference. This wasn't the first time the reporter had brought up the issue of Green. The Warriors playmaker was perfectly within his rights to dismiss the challenge. Next on the list, we have Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook III is a professional basketball player in the National Basketball Association with the Washington Wizards. He has 9 NBA All-Star appearances and was named NBA Most Valuable Player for the 2016 and 17 season. Westbrook's interviews have been one of the most entertaining in the NBA over the years. He is right up there with fellow interview trolls Marshawn Lynch, Kevin Garnett, and Greg Popovich in terms of delivery and pettiness. Westbrook, like them, is not afraid to speak his mind. Russ is right in standing up for his teammates in this situation. He has every right to be offended by Tramel's inane question, which boils down to, oh, why is the team worse when the best player, and most likely 2017 NBA MVP, isn't on the court? Things, on the other hand, rapidly escalate. Before Adams can respond, Westbrook cuts him off and accuses Tramel of attempting to break up the team. Then Russ says next query 68 times, and someone attempts to take Tramel's microphone, causing him to become enraged and demand that his questions be answered. The whole thing is a bit odd. That is, unless it isn't. When you remember Tramel and Westbrook's history, it makes sense. Westbrook seems to be avoiding questions in the video below when Tramel asks, "Are you upset with something?" Westbrook answers, "No, I just don't like you."
Are you upset with something? I just don't like you. You don't? No.
Just like in another interview, he responded to every question with word execution and executing. Apart from this, there are many incidents where reporters ask stupid questions, but NBA players act cool and smile their way out of it instead of humiliating the reporters. Kyrie Irving, one of the most controversial stars in the NBA, has had his fair share of media squabbles. A reporter once asked Irving, when he was playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers, what kind of father figure James was to him and his teammates. What happened next is one of Irving's most memorable NBA moments.
Honestly, he's I don't know how to really answer that question. He's been a great leader for us. I have one father.
That is all for today, folks. Tell us in the comment section what is your point of view about these incidents. See you soon with another amazing video.